Listening is the most important thing, and that is the reason why most of the conflicts, arguments, debates start happening. I listen during crisis, during panic period, or whatever. It is irrelevant whether they are talking data, whether they are talking facts, because from that listening I understand what is exactly happening. I get an idea. See, I've been always saying there is a very small difference between confidence and arrogance. Once a person becomes overconfident or arrogant, he or she not only tends to stop listening, they tend to stop hearing also.
In leadership, speaking is visible. However, the listening skill is invisible but far more powerful. In today's episode of #NoFilterNK, let's understand from Mr. Niranjan Kirloskar, Managing Director, Fleetguard Filters Private Limited, his take on power of listening. Welcome, NK. My very first question is, according to you, is there any difference between hearing and listening? If yes, what is it?
There is a huge difference, hearing and listening. Few examples. You're sitting in a bar with a friend, music is going on, you're hearing it, not listening to it. But you're actually listening to what your friend is trying to tell you or what they both are trying to converse. Most of the kids, whenever their parents are trying to tell them something, they are not listening, they are only hearing. We are sitting right here, we are hearing some noises, some cars honking, some people talking. We are hearing it, we are not listening. So, huge difference between listening and hearing. But in today's, I won't say today's generation, but typically when a wife talks, the husband listens. When a girlfriend talks, the boyfriend is listening very thoroughly, very attentive to the details. But when the mother is talking,
Yeah,
hearing. So, huge difference between listening and hearing.
Excellent. So, how important is listening in your role?
Forget my role over here. My role, my peon's role, my janitor's role, whoever is doing whatever, listening is the most important thing. And that is where people lack. And that is the reason why most of the conflicts, arguments, debates start happening. Because people don't listen. Whenever you give them any instruction, you think that they have understood what you have told them, because you think that they are listening to you. They are not listening to you, they are only hearing you. And then he or she does something else, and then you tend to ask them, "Are aisa kyun kiya?" Typical answer, if you're, "Mala watla, mujhe laga." On what basis did you think की तुला वाटलं किंवा मुझे लगा? That's a very irritating answer that people give, मला वाटलं. Because whatever one has told them, they were never listening. They were only hearing. And this is a daily problem happening anywhere and everywhere. And therefore, if you've seen the army rule or aviation rules, you have to repeat what you have understood or what you have heard. What I spoke to you, so I will say, Vedvati, I want you to go to Bombay tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Have you understood? Yes. Please repeat. Sir, you want me to go to Bombay tomorrow at 6 a.m. So you have listened to me, not just heard.
But when the discussions become intense in a meeting, let's say, how do you continue to listen objectively?
See, firstly, anywhere, any meeting, wherever. General rule. First, be calm and try to listen to the person talking to you. Try to understand his viewpoint, his, her, whatever. Only when you understand the viewpoint as to what he is trying to communicate to you, only then you will be able to really respond or react. If you do not listen and you just try to break the conversation, break whatever he's saying, and try to get into that conversation and try to say something when you have not understood anything, that is where the problems really start. That is where the arguments start. So listening is a big strength or a massive weapon that you have. Because listening is what is going to make you understand what that other person wants. What is marketing all about? What is this advertisements that you see, commercial advertisements? When the survey happens, people are actually going and listening to what a customer need is, not just hearing. Hearing is hearsay.
True.
So listening is very, very important according to me.
So how do you make sure that you are truly listening and not just hearing what you want to hear?
See, it all depends on the situation. If there can be situations where I know that I have to listen to this guy because this is very important. There may be a situation where I know that this person has been talking anything that he or she wants to talk, and I will choose not to listen, but I will pretend that I'm listening, and whatever I want to hear, I will hear, convert it into listening, and then respond or react. Well, you see, there are many people who you will come across in life who will keep on talking anything that they want, which makes no sense, which has no meaning. I'm sure you will also have a lot of friends, colleagues who you think, oh my God, this person is coming, I've had it. So now I have to decide what I have to listen and what I have to hear.
Yeah, that happens. But in crisis situations, what do you listen to first? Number, people, or instinct?
I listen. Whatever they want to tell me during crisis, during panic period or whatever, first is I listen. It does not matter to me. It is irrelevant whether they are talking data, whether they are talking facts, whether they are talking assumptions, whether they are talking firing the bullet in the air. Doesn't matter. First, I'll just listen. Because from that listening, I understand what is exactly happening. I get an idea. After that, once I have listened to it, then I tell them, okay, now logically, I start asking questions once I have listened to them. And then whether I have to get into data, whether I have to get into facts, whether I have to get into assumptions, that is decided on that. But first, listen to what the other person has to say.
What is one piece of customer feedback that has stayed with you and influenced the way you think about business?
Interesting thing. This is again hearing and listening. Of course, we are a filtration company, manufacturing world-class filtration for all kinds of engines. Once we went to a customer and he said, he was the chief technical officer. He said, Mr. Kirloskar, your company, we know you have good credibility, your product is good. No questions about that. But the problem is that only a filter can it protect the engine. I can say I heard it, I listened to it also, both, because I had never understood what he was trying to say. But I was quite upset, disturbed, if you want to say, that how can a CTO of a company tell me that my filter is not good or whatever? Then we sat again, all of us, internally, whoever was in that meeting, and said, let us try to check what he exactly said. From the hearing mode, we came to the listening mode. And that is where we understood that what he was trying to tell us is that your filter is not of a bad quality or anything. Your filter is excellent. But what he was trying to tell us is that only a filter cannot give the protection to the engine that the engine needs.
Okay.
Where it struck us at that time, that what we need to do internally is we cannot only supply a filter, we should get into systems. That is when we went into air intake systems, lube modules, fuel modules, because we could have more control on more integrated parts which go along with the filter, whether in the inlet and the outlet. So that was the power of listening. We were in the hearing mode, but when we went to listening mode, we understood what exactly he was trying to say. And that really changed the, thinking, the way we started thinking in Fleetguard.
One last question which just came to my mind. Can overconfidence block listening?
Yes, definitely. While listening, anything. Overconfidence can block anything. See, I've been always saying there is a very small difference between assertiveness and arrogance. I can do it. Rather not assertiveness, confidence, I would say. Confidence and arrogance. I can do it. Confidence. Only I can do it. You've gone into the overconfidence mode. You've gone into arrogance mode. Once a person becomes overconfident or arrogant, he or she not only tends to stop listening, they tend to stop hearing also.
Oh, okay.
So you start thinking with your overconfidence that I am the best, I am untouchable. And then they stop hearing, they stop listening. They will, whenever somebody tries to talk, अरे तू शांत बैठ, तेरे को कुछ नहीं मालूम, मेरे को पता है सब.
Yeah. Okay.
That, once you get into that mode,
It's a killer. Yeah.
or downfall, decline, whatever you want to call it, will start.
Excellent. I hope our viewers have also listened to the podcast today very carefully rather than hearing. Let's stay tuned for more such episodes in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.